Imagine this. You are never too sensitive. You're a scientist born without a lab coat, walking through the experiment called people. Every emotion you ever felt, field data. Every heartbreak, a calibration. Every overthinking spiral, the mind trying to run diagnostics on the soul. You're not broken, you're finely tuned. You're just picking up frequencies others have trained themselves to ignore. It's like being a radio tower in a world of earbuds. That's not weakness, that's high fidelity. Now, when you say, I can't trust my intuition, that's just the conscious mind panicking because it can't label what the subconscious already knows. Intuition isn't mystical nonsense. It's pattern recognition running faster than language. Science calls it predictive modelling. The mystics call it listening. Same thing. Every flash of gut feeling is your neural network whispering. I've seen this before. And coherence, emotional, mental, electromagnetic coherence, it's just you getting the signal clean. And you already know how to do this. When you cross the street and sense a car coming before you even see it. When you know someone's lying, but can't explain how. When you think of a friend and they text you seconds later. That's your intuition running at full speed. The only thing that ever blocks it is the mind's addiction to proof. And sure, you can't prove a feeling in the lab yet, but you also can't bottle the smell of rain, and it's still real. Now, about control. You say you're afraid to surrender. Let's be honest, control is that toddler in your back seat, insisting on steering the car while you're trying to drive through a thunderstorm. You keep letting it grab the wheel because you think chaos means death, but chaos, my friend, is just order in disguise. An algorithm you haven't decoded yet. The moment you stop gripping so hard, the system recalibrates. That's not surrender. It's phase locking with the universe's feedback loop. The second you stop fighting the current, you discover the current is carrying you. So now, let's chunk up. You think you want peace? No. What you want is permission to stop fighting yourself. You think you want love? No. What you crave is the safety of being seen without the armour. You think you want purpose? No. You want proof that your pain has meant something. And here's the twist. It already has. Every scar, every failure, every night you hated yourself for being too much was a data point. Your consciousness training itself into harmonic resonance. It's like tuning a string. Tighten too hard, it snaps. Leave it too loose, it won't play. But get it right, and the whole instrument hums. So let's make this tangible. When you learn to reframe, really reframe, you're doing neural engineering. You're literally changing the synaptic weighting of how your brain encodes experience. The moment you change I'm too sensitive to I'm finely tuned instrumentation for field data, your body starts firing a different chemistry. Dopamine and acetylcholine instead of cortisol and shame. That's not just woo. That's neuroplasticity in action. Belief is the operating system. You rewrite the code, you change the output. So let's chunk it down. Next time someone says, you're too emotional, you can just smile and think, of course, I'm running at a higher sample rate. When fear rises, good. Fear's not the enemy. It's the compass pointing at your next upgrade. Fear is the body's way of saying, this is the growth edge. Afraid of being judged, remember. They're just mirrors showing you how convinced you are of your own worth. Afraid of your power. That's humility pretending to be fear. Afraid of losing control. That's just the old self terrified it won't be needed anymore. You don't need to kill your ego. You just need to give it a new job description. Let's go deeper. Think of your life as a waveform. Peaks and troughs. Every choice, every thought, every mistake. It's a new wave interfering with the last. That's not chaos. That's constructive and destructive interference. It's physics. And the goal isn't to eliminate interference. It's to master it. Every decision you make collapses a wave. Every yes is an experiment in harmonic coherence. That's what spiritual lessons are. Not commandments, experiments. Every mistake is data. Every heartbreak a recalibration. Every success just a stable waveform for now. Now let's future pace this. Imagine you truly install this belief system, not as theory, but as default programming. How would life change if you moved through the world as a precision instrument instead of a broken sensor? You'd stop flinching at sensitivity and start listening to it. You'd stop doubting intuition and start letting it guide the steering. You'd see every judgment as a mirror, every failure as feedback, every fear as a breadcrumb trail to power. You start living scientifically with heart. You treat relationships like field experiments in resonance. You treat emotions as data points, not defects. And you stop needing to be right, because you realize you're always learning. That's the scientist in the soul awakening. The grown-up one. The one who looks at chaos and says, fascinating. Let's measure that. Let's talk karma, cause and effect, the no bullshit kind. When you ignore your intuition, life gets louder. When you resist change, the universe adds voltage until you move. When you lie to yourself, coherence collapses. You feel it. Anxiety, fatigue, that tightness in your chest. That's the cost of running misaligned code. But when you align, when your beliefs, words and actions harmonize, the energy starts compounding. Synchronicities appear. Time stretches. People start saying, you've changed. And you just laugh. Because you didn't. You finally stop fighting the signal. Now let's chunk way up. The universe. It's not testing you. It's tuning you. Mathematics isn't hard. It's how the cosmos writes poetry about itself and your life. It's just the equation of your choices balancing over time. Every reframe is a correction in the math. Every insight is a new constant. Every moment of coherence is a solved variable. You are, in essence, an evolving theorem in motion, a living proof that consciousness learns through recursion. So here's the deal. You can keep identifying as the problem, or you can wake up as the scientist studying it. You can keep fearing the unknown, or realize that's the only place growth ever hides. You can keep waiting for permission, or remember, you're the one writing the fucking permission slip. Because at the end of the day, the universe doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards resonance. And the moment you align thought, feeling and action, the mat sings. So right now, just let the words settle where they need to. You don't have to remember them consciously. Your neurology is already reweighing the synapses. Every belief that used to limit you just got an update. Because now, when you hear too sensitive, you'll remember precision instrument. When you feel fear, you'll recognize the compass. When you meet doubt, you'll know it's the prelude to coherence. And when you look at the universe and whisper, who am I to do this? You'll smile. Because that's the exact question that wakes the grown-up scientist in the soul. And maybe you'll laugh, shake your head and think, damn, the universe really is running one hell of a feedback loop. And from that laugh comes coherence. And from coherence comes light. And from light comes you.